actress, model, businesswoman, and entrepreneur Lornalitz Baez. That's es un trabalenguas. Pero welcome to the zoo. Great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
All right, darling. I think it's time to do our introductory call of the wild. So when we sit, we scream "Hua." Do you got it?
Hua.
Yeah,
Okay.
on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hua. Okay, no fuimos.
So first of all, Lornalitz. It's
Yes,
one name.
Lorna is my first name.
Now, when you were growing up, that's your real name. That's your birth
That's
name,
my
right?
real name.
So did it ever? I mean, did you ever play around with? Lornalitz is a little eccentric, but if you separate it, Lornalitz is kind of. Did you play with that as your stage name?
My agents did. My managers and agents did. Yeah, they totally wanted to separate the two, and they were trying to leave out my last name, Baez. I'm like, I think my dad would be upset about that.
So what made you wanna, because I've dealt with this myself, just doing some things on the side as a writer. They said, why don't you do H.C. Guida, because Humberto Guida is a little too, weird for some people. Did you make a conscious decision to go back and say, no, I'm gonna use my full real name?
I did. I love my name, Lornalitz Baez. First name Lornalitz, last name Baez. It's different, it's unique, no one has it. Yeah, thank you. My mom loves it too.
Everything is unique about you. I believe, now that you said that, everything is unique about you, and I love your attitude. I couldn't get enough reading about everything you've done, and I think, especially for girls these days, it's so important to have these examples of what a woman what she has to do to embrace herself and to actually love herself, but not in the cliche kind of way, but in the actual fully loving yourself inside out.
Fully loving yourself
How is this
internally.
journey for you?
It's been tough. It has been easy for me. I started modeling about 16 years ago. I was around 12 years old when I started, and I'm originally from New York City. And growing up there, I was told, well, you have to lose weight to be considered like a high fashion model. And at that time, modeling was like size 0 to 2, and junior plus didn't really exist. There wasn't really a market for it. So, I kind of fell into the whole okay, I'll lose some weight, but then trying to maintain a size 2 when you're, 5'10", size 2. I'm supposed to be a natural size 12, 14. I'm Latina. We have curves.
Yes.
It was difficult, but, throughout life and working in the industry and growing up, I learned to embrace myself, for sure.
You've talked about your eating disorders. Do you feel that the fashion industry is to blame for that and for the eating disorders of many other girls out there in the country?
For sure. It's a sensitive topic, but, I feel like growing up, when you're young, in my case, I was 12, size 12, and you want something so badly, you kind of fall into that, and the industry can manipulate you a little bit, but I didn't have anyone to really look up to either. There wasn't really a popular, full-figured model at that time or actress at that time, but now times have changed.
Yeah.
There's so many people that young girls could look up to, myself included.
Right. Yes.
So there's no need to fall into that whole trap anymore, and the industry's changing as well.
And we're seeing that. We're seeing that on the billboards. We're seeing, a lot of full figures. By the way, I just want to make sure, because terms are always changing and things become politically incorrect. A couple years ago, it was plus-size models. That's not what is. I know that you just call yourself a model, and that's all you need to say. But is full-figured model now the term that you would refer to someone who's not?
Well, you can say full figure. You can say plus-size, curve model. To each his own.
And by the way, as a man, and especially as a Latino man, I appreciate seeing beautiful, full-figured, curvy women on these things, because some of these skinny women, they don't really resonate with, I think, what a lot of men find attractive. So, I think it was basically the fashion industry wants people that their clothes can hang off of, and that usually means like a 6-foot woman that weighs about 95 pounds.
And also, a lot of those models, you see them in person, and they look scary, just frozen and
they need a sandwich.
You're like, come on, I'm not
That's
to be
what I
mean,
was
but
gonna ask. Now
crazy.
that you mentioned the burger thing, do you have more fun in life because you don't have to worry so much about keeping a certain size all the time? Because I have model friends that go bananas with their size, and there's everything, the belly and the cellulite and this and that. And I don't think they enjoy themselves as much.
I definitely work out because I like it. It's a mood regulator for me, and I've always worked out. I do spinning, I do yoga, Pilates, but it's just for my own enjoyment. It's not so much to lose weight or, keep fit. It's more for keeping fit and being healthy, but it's not for losing weight. There's no pressure when you're a curve model to lose weight. They want you to be curvy. And I think that's great. I think that's awesome. It's like I get to eat on my cheat days.
But you made a good point.
I do.
Or is every day a cheat day
I
for a
think every
plus size
weekend's
model?
my cheat weekend.
Yeah?
Well, no, but let me just, because you are, and I've seen some of the bathing suit photos that you do, you are fit.
Yes.
You're just not anorexic. And not every
Exactly.
woman, some women are naturally skinny and some women are naturally voluptuous.
Exactly. Yeah, and and curves come in different sizes as well. Like I have cousins that are size 6, and believe it or not, size 6 is considered
look at
plus
that.
size.
Wow.
So I don't know. Yeah.
Where does
like,
your
it's
exotic look come
crazy.
from? What's your ethnic mix?
I am Puerto Rican and I have Asian as well, Japanese.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
By the way, I noticed a ring on your finger.
I'm engaged.
Really?
Oh my God.
Can I just say
I
something?
noticed the ring.
The reason I noticed is I'm engaged too, but if I wasn't engaged, thank you, if I wasn't engaged and I didn't see a ring on your finger, I'd probably ask you out on a date after. I don't know what I'm supposed to. That's probably inappropriate, but hey.
He's gonna get in trouble with his fiance one of these days.
Oh man. Don't get yourself in trouble.
I already am.
Who's the lucky person? Who's the lucky person? What do they do? Are they a model too? Give
No,
us a
he's
scoop.
not. He works in finance, completely different from what I do, which is great because I don't want to marry a model. I can't be with a model and actor. It's like to separate the two. But he's my best friend. My best friend for 8 years now. Yeah.
Do you do like a class or something to embrace your sexuality? Because I've noticed on your pictures, we call it La India Maria in Mexico, which like, I could never do like a sexy photo shoot or anything like that. I don't know why, but you are so sexy, like posing and all this. What do
you're
you
so
do?
sweet.
Like, how? Or you just have it?
I don't know. I guess this is years of practice, I guess. I don't know, but you could totally be sexy. You could totally, I can see it. Like your eyes and your
Totally, her
and your
dark
lips.
eyes.
Yeah, and your hair and everything. Maybe it's like a little bit of hair flip and just like,
See, that's the thing. I'm like, no, but like, what do you tell the girls that want to find that in them? Because I think it's you can really project it.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend doing?
Practice makes perfect, like
the mirror?
in the mirror, for sure. In the mirror selfies. I mean, Kim Kardashian is a great example, right?
It's all about being
Like
sexy to
selfie
yourself.
queen, yeah.
We're
for
gonna
sure.
practice during the commercial break.
Are
We'll
we?
be back with more of you, honey. But don't you dare move because we'll be back with model Lornalitz Baez. Don't feed the animals, love them. We're on the zoo, people. And we're back on the Zoom with model Lornalitz Baez. Darling, do you think that maybe you could coach us on some, selfie poses or catwalk moves?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Yeah?
Dennis, you first.
Okay, which one are we gonna do first? The selfie poses or the catwalk?
Let's pretend like that's, I guess, the camera.
That camera,
and
okay.
we're just gonna give face.
I'm gonna do it.
And wait, what?
Real time selfie.
Just give face.
Okay.
What are you thinking when you're doing this?
I can't even keep a straight face. Very quiet here in the
So
studio.
what's going through your mind? And I know those pictures where you have that real, just like sexuality simmering from your eyes.
I don't know. I
What
think I
goes
have
through
an
your
alter
mind?
ego.
What? Is it like Beyonce's? She has like an alter ego
hers is
too?
Sasha, right?
Yeah,
Sasha
yeah.
Fierce. Mine is Lola.
Lorna Lola, let's.
Dennis, take a picture with Bruno's phone and then show
Oh,
it.
yes.
Oh my
let's-
God, can
please.
we do a selfie right
Yeah,
now?
let's do it.
Let's try this out because
Okay.
I'm trying to
Do you do
find
the
a
duck
man
face
here.
too?
I hate the duck face.
What is the duck
Okay,
face?
like this. My
I'm doing
roommate
the
does
duck
this
face.
face. This one.
I think Bruno's doing the duck face right now. No,
He's
he
doing
wasn't.
the mustache.
Okay,
He's
show.
doing the mustache.
It gives the illusion.
Wow, that.
Rate
Oh
it.
my God, I
a
love
crazy
it.
one.
Okay.
Can you show it to the
Mysterious.
camera, darling?
Definitely
Yeah,
mysterious.
just show the
Say
camera.
again? Okay.
Can you
What
show it to
about
camera?
what about this face, Lorna Litz, the one that's like,
Oh yeah, the Marilyn Monroe.
yeah, like please.
But you don't even have to do the duck face or the selfie face to, to be sensual because you've appeared topless, honey. I don't want you to
Wait, I
talk
didn't
to us
see that
about
photo.
that. Oh, yeah, I heard about that
Send me the link.
Wait, do we have that picture?
Good
Take that one out.
Is that on your
I
mom?
love you more now.
Embrace your curves.
But what do you think
Yeah.
about
was
Those are
fun.
beautiful curves that we
One
have.
thing is
Thank you.
women can own their sexuality a little bit more publicly, whether it's by nature or nurture, society, whatever. But what do you think about guys? Like, how can a guy pull off a subtle, sexy face without looking too self-involved, or is that something that a guy shouldn't do? Like, I never take any photos for,
Just
social media trying to be sexy.
Don't try anything. I think guys just naturally have that strong,
okay.
subtle look. I think that's sexy.
Okay.
Like just like right now, just the way you look right now. It's perfect.
But now I'm messing it up. Now I'm messing it up because I'm trying.
No, it's okay. You could like do a little bit.
I think it's very easy to say, just to say, oh, you gotta love yourself. I hear that. But what are the actions that you think girls should be taking in order to really accomplish that? Because, you know, it can be easy to say, oh, love yourself. Yeah, but how? I mean, do you help yourself with books? Do you help? How do you do it?
For sure. Surround yourself with positive people, with family and friends that are gonna uplift you, and don't bother listening to any negative comments from people. Just try to like X that out. I love listening to Les Brown. He's a motivational speaker. And my family, you know, I drill them all the time. Like, do not mention anything about my weight. You know, I'm good at my.
How do they mention things about you?
I mean, you know, like growing up, you know, cousins could say things here and there. You know, Latinas, like, oh, you look a little gorda in that dress.
Oh my gosh, yes. I always hear this. It's like, pero no te vayas a engordar. And I'm like, what's
I know. Quédate en la línea.
Oh,
right?
yes.
I'm like, what? Like, I'm comfortable at this. But you know, it takes just like willpower for sure. It really does.
And you were mentioning about diversity, right? Not just with sizes, but you were talking, you know, to Viv about...
I know. I was mentioning to her, like, during the break that right now this is, like, a whole curve era, like, the whole plus-size boom, and this is amazing, right? It's great. But I feel like they need to be, like, I feel like diversity has to be also mentioned, you know? Like, for example, I'm Latina, but I'm, you know, Latina trigueña, so Afro-Latina, and I'm also a mix. So I want to see more of, like, diversity, you know, an Asian and an Indian, and you know, just
and
more of
those
that.
Mixes, because now there's more and more exotic beauty out there.
Yeah, for sure.
I love exotic beauty. Now it's time for a segment that we like to call Follow and Follow. And I want So basically we have a game called Follow and Follow, and we pit two people or two organizations or two trends against each other, and you gotta figure out which one you're gonna follow and which one you're gonna unfollow based on the news. Now, the first one is Instagram versus Snapchat. Bruno, can you tell us what's going on between Instagram and Snapchat?
Oh, yes, I can. I'm very upset about it. Instagram has decided to foray into the Snapchat experience. They are letting people produce stories like Snapchat. That's the whole point. One of the whole points of Snapchat is to produce a story throughout your day, what you're doing. You're recording stories. Instagram tried to buy Snapchat and is now like, okay, we need to copy them. So they're doing basically a much lesser, worse version of
There's
Snapchat.
no filters that make you look
with
prettier.
Instagram.
Exactly.
Or the doggy phase that
But
I
you
love.
you have a big following on Instagram, so are you loyal to Instagram or do you do a lot of Snapchatting?
I am loyal to Instagram. I love looking at photos and videos and the filters.
Can we do an Insta Snap right now?
Oh, yeah, right
Oh my
here.
God, for sure.
Do it.
I even saw that you already
do
started
it.
using that new feature with the Snapchat thing. You were like one of the first people that I saw using that online, actually.
Yeah. I'm obsessed.
Okay, do it right there. Is that Instagram or is that Snapchat?
This is Snapchat for Instagram.
That's the
This is
Instagram.
Lornalitz Baez. Hi. Recording the zoo. So this is actually, we are recording the show.
Stay in your lane, Instagram. Stay in your lane.
You guys are on the show.
So the rest of you guys feel the same way, Instagram or Snapchat? I think you're a Snapchat.
I'm Snapchat all the way. It's the future.
Yeah, Snapchat is fast and fun.
Vivian?
I mean, I obviously Instagram for pictures, but then obviously Snapchat for Snap stories.
Oh, and Snapchat for porn. Thank you.
There you go. I'm a Twitter guy, and I will go with Twitter to the day I die because I just like putting my thoughts on there. I don't put too many pictures because I don't know how to be sexy in pictures. We talked about that in the previous stuff. All right, second group of people, Republicans versus Donald Trump. I know that's tricky, and people are like, wait a minute. But a lot of Republicans are basically finally distancing themselves from Donald Trump and saying we cannot support him because he's destroying the Republican Party. While Donald Trump is saying, no, I'm the outsider that needs to come in and breathe new life, so to speak, to the Republican Party. So who do you think is right? Who are you following on this one?
I guess the Republicans, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously the Republicans. I would never follow Donald Trump.
Donald Trump,
Go.
he needs to disappear.
Yeah.
Just
Thank
disappear.
If I were forced at gunpoint, I'd pick the Republicans. But I mean, I don't want either. I don't want to ever follow either of those groups.
I'll go with the Republicans.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, I want to mark this in the history of the zoo. I made these guys, even with Bruno's little disclaimer, to follow the Republicans. What a trick. I did it.
I feel like we were just like...
I know, you were duped.
Yeah.
No, but can we do the last one though, guys? Do we have enough time to do the last one? Okay, Justin Bieber versus Taylor Swift. Do you want to go ahead and set it up? What's going on
There's
between
just
them?
been a little bit of controversy because basically Taylor Swift got caught in the lie about this song that she was, included in with Kanye West, and now Justin Bieber is kind of throwing it back at her. So, what do you think, Lorna?
I am gonna follow Justin Bieber.
Yay!
Yeah, because I met him in person and he's so sweet.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not crazy?
He is. I
not
played
crazy.
basketball with him at the gym, and he's super normal and
He's
was like
super normal.
weirdly competitive and wanted to beat me. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
this is just a scrimmage game. Like,
I mean,
we're just
he
chilling.
bought us
And by the way,
shots
yeah.
and everything. He's so cool. I like him.
And I just want to say, while we were talking, that my executive producer, Luca, he's always giving me the business about my weight as well. And I'm telling him, listen, I need to be, who I am, and that's it.
No, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's only Curvy.
By the way, I want to thank you for being here. You were truly
Thank
beautiful
you.
on the
Yes.
outside and on the inside.
Thank you.
Dennis, take us away. Thank our other guests.
Thank you.
Lornalitz, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Blanca Valdez, thank you for joining us. Everyone, thank you for joining us today on The Zoo. Don't forget to catch us here every day on LATV and to follow us online at The Zoo on LATV.
Oh!
See you next time.